There's a molecule inside your cells right now that's making a decision. Not a conscious decision, a chemical one. It's deciding whether your mitochondria produce energy or sputter, whether your DNA gets repaired or accumulates damage, whether your cells function like they're 30 or like they're 70. This single molecule influences more aging pathways than any other compound in your body. And most people have never heard its name. It's called NAD+. And your levels have been declining since you turned 20. You've been told aging is about time. Genetics, wear and tear. That's incomplete. Aging is fundamentally a metabolic process. And at the center of that process sits NAD+, nicotinamide adenine dinucleotide. It's not a vitamin, it's not a hormone, it's a coenzyme, a molecular helper that's required for hundreds of critical reactions in every cell of your body. Without adequate NAD+, nothing works correctly. Energy production fails. DNA repair stalls. Cellular communication breaks down. Scientists now believe that declining NAD+ isn't just a symptom of aging. It might be one of the primary drivers. Stay with me. Because understanding this molecule changes how you think about getting older. NAD+ was discovered over a century ago, but only in the last decade have researchers understood its central role in aging. Here's what makes it so critical. NAD+ exists in virtually every cell. It participates in over 500 enzymatic reactions. It's essential for converting food into energy, repairing damaged DNA, regulating circadian rhythms, and activating longevity proteins called Sirtuins. Without NAD+, your mitochondria can't produce ATP efficiently. Without NAD+, your DNA repair machinery sits idle. Without NAD+, the proteins that protect against age-related decline can't function. And here's the problem. NAD+ levels decline by roughly 50% between ages 40 and 60. In some tissues, the decline is even steeper. You're losing the molecule your cells need most at exactly the age when they need it most. Let's go inside the cell and understand what NAD+ actually does. First, energy production. Your mitochondria, the power plants of your cells, require NAD+ to complete the electron transport chain. This is the process that converts nutrients into ATP, the energy currency that powers everything you do. When NAD+ is abundant, this process runs efficiently. Your cells have the energy they need to function, repair, and communicate. When NAD+ declines, the process slows. ATP production drops. Cells become sluggish. You experience it as fatigue, weakness, reduced stamina, the classic hallmarks of aging. Second, DNA repair. Your DNA sustains thousands of damaging events every day. Radiation, oxidative stress, replication errors. Fortunately, you have repair enzymes constantly scanning and fixing this damage. These enzymes, particularly an enzyme called PARP, require NAD+ as fuel. Every time PARP fixes a DNA break, it consumes NAD+. When you're young and NAD+ is abundant, repairs happen efficiently. When NAD+ declines, PARP can't work as quickly. DNA damage accumulates. Mutations persist. The cellular dysfunction that underlies aging accelerates. Third, sirtuin activation. This is where NAD+ connects directly to longevity. Sirtuins are a family of 7 proteins that regulate aging processes across nearly every organism studied. They control gene expression, protect against oxidative stress, maintain mitochondrial health, and reduce inflammation. Research on sirtuins has been called some of the most exciting aging science of the past 2 decades, and sirtuins are completely dependent on NAD+. Without adequate NAD+, sirtuins can't function. The protective processes they regulate slow down or stop entirely. SIRT1 regulates metabolism and stress resistance. SIRT3 protects mitochondria. SIRT6 maintains genomic stability and has been directly linked to lifespan extension in animal studies. All of them require NAD+ to work. When NAD+ declines, it's not just one pathway that suffers. It's the entire network of cellular defense systems simultaneously losing their power source. The research here is compelling. Studies published in Cell have demonstrated that restoring NAD+ levels in old mice reverses markers of aging in multiple tissues. Mitochondrial function improves, exercise capacity increases, metabolic health normalizes. Harvard research showed that boosting NAD+ in aged mice restored muscle tissue to a state resembling young mice within just 1 week. Human trials with NAD+ precursors have shown increased NAD+ levels in blood and tissue, improved mitochondrial function, and enhanced exercise performance in older adults. A 2020 study demonstrated that NAD+ supplementation improved cognitive function in elderly subjects compared to placebo. The pattern is consistent across dozens of studies. Declining NAD+ correlates with aging. Restoring NAD+ reverses multiple markers of that decline. So what happens when NAD+ depletes? The downstream effects cascade through every system. Mitochondrial dysfunction. Your cells can't produce adequate energy. Tissues that require the most energy, brain, heart, muscle, suffer first. Accumulated DNA damage. Repair can't keep pace. Mutations accumulate. Cellular senescence increases. Cancer risk rises. Sirtuin deactivation. The master regulators of longevity go offline. Inflammation increases. Metabolic dysfunction accelerates. The protective pathways that kept you young stop functioning. Circadian disruption, NAD+, regulates your biological clock. Declining levels impair sleep quality and the rhythmic cycles that coordinate cellular repair. Neurodegeneration. Neurons are extremely energy dependent. NAD+ decline in the brain correlates with cognitive impairment and neurodegenerative disease. This isn't one problem, it's a systemic collapse of cellular function, all traceable to a single molecular deficiency. So what determines your NAD+ levels? 3 factors. Factor 1. Age. NAD+ declines naturally with age. This appears to result from both decreased production and increased consumption. More cellular damage means more NAD+ used for repair, creating a deficit. Factor 2. CD38. CD38 is an enzyme that degrades NAD+. Its activity increases with age and inflammation. Researchers estimate that CD38 may account for the majority of age-related NAD+ decline. Chronic inflammation drives CD38 activity up, meaning inflamed individuals lose NAD+ faster. Factor 3. Lifestyle factors. Overeating increases NAD+ consumption. Chronic alcohol use depletes it directly. Sleep deprivation impairs NAD+ recycling. Sedentary behavior reduces the demand signals that stimulate production. Conversely, caloric restriction increases NAD+. Exercise stimulates NAD+ synthesis. Quality sleep supports the circadian regulation of NAD+ production. Let me go deeper on the interventions that work. Exercise is the most powerful natural NAD+ booster available. Physical activity increases the expression of NAMPT, the rate-limiting enzyme, in NAD+ production. Studies show that regular exercises maintain NAD+ levels far above sedentary individuals of the same age. High-intensity exercise appears particularly effective. It creates the metabolic stress that signals cells to ramp up NAD+ production. Fasting and caloric restriction also elevate NAD+. When energy is scarce, cells upregulate NAD+ synthesis to maximize mitochondrial efficiency. Time-restricted eating provides a practical way to achieve this without extreme deprivation. Then there are precursor supplements. Your body synthesizes NAD+ from precursor molecules, primarily nicotinamide riboside and nicotinamide mononucleotide. Supplementing with these precursors reliably increases NAD+ levels in human trials. NR and NMN have both shown the ability to raise blood NAD+ by 40 to 90% in clinical studies. Whether these increases translate to the dramatic tissue-level effects seen in mice remains under investigation, but the early human data is promising. Finally, addressing inflammation. Because CD38, driven by chronic inflammation, is a major driver of NAD+ decline, reducing systemic inflammation preserves NAD+ levels. This means addressing sleep, stress, metabolic health, and dietary factors that fuel inflammatory cascades. Here's what this looks like in practice. First, exercise consistently, 3 to 4 sessions per week, including high-intensity intervals. This is the most reliable way to maintain NAD+ production. Non-negotiable if you care about aging well. Second, implement fasting windows. A 16-hour overnight fast, skipping late-night eating and delaying breakfast, creates mild metabolic stress that upregulates NAD+ pathways. Simple, free, and effective. Third, consider NAD+ precursors. NMN or NR supplementation, typically 250 to 500 milligrams daily, can boost NAD+ levels. The science is promising but not conclusive for long-term outcomes. Consider it an addition to, not replacement for, the fundamentals. Fourth, reduce inflammation. Prioritize sleep, manage stress, eliminate ultra-processed foods, address excess body fat. Every inflammatory driver is also an NAD+ drain. Fifth, limit NAD+ depleters. Excessive alcohol, chronic overeating, poor sleep. These actively deplete NAD+. You can't supplement your way out of lifestyle factors that consume this molecule faster than you can produce it. Let me bring this together. NAD+ is the molecule at the center of cellular aging. It powers your mitochondria. It fuels your DNA repair. It activates the longevity proteins that protect against age-related decline. And it's declining in your body right now, faster every year. This decline isn't just correlation, it's mechanistically linked to nearly every hallmark of aging. But the decline isn't inevitable at any given rate. Exercise increases it, fasting preserves it, inflammation depletes it. Your choices today influence how much of this molecule you'll have tomorrow. You can't stop aging, but you can influence the speed. And NAD+ might be the most important dial you have access to. And if you're now wondering about the other molecules that control aging, the mTOR pathway, the AMPK switch, the signals that determine whether your cells repair or decline, that's the system behind the system. And it's exactly what we're covering next.